All right, guys. Welcome to the classroom. Good to see all the classmates again. Hope everyone's having a pretty good week. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about Carl McIntire, kind of how he fits in with the fundamentalist picture. So during the mid 20th century, there was a revival of right-wing Christianity in the United States. This charge was led by Pastor Carl McIntire. McIntire founded the American Council of Christian Churches as well as the International Council of Christian Churches. He was the leader of the fundamentalist movement alongside our school's founder, Jerry Falwell. McIntire rose in popularity with his radio personality. According to Rotija in the article in Church History, he broadcasted on over 600 radio stations across the nation. This is where he was able to deliver his ideas about what even most fundamentalists would find as extreme. McIntire, however, was revolutionary in the way that he used this new media outlet to deliver his message to a large amount of people. That being said, Henderson in American Quarterly in 2007, an article called God's Angriest Man, Carl McIntire, describes McIntire as an icon of old-fashioned fundamentalism. On these radio shows, McIntire would rarely lay out the other side of the argument. This so-called propaganda drew attention of the Federal Communications Commission, the FCC. The FCC came out with a fairness doctrine that said that media outlets needed to share both sides of the argument they were presenting. Now, by looking at media today, it would be difficult to tell that this was a law. Almost no media outlets do this. Fox News kind of has their leanings, MSNBC has their leanings. That being said, McIntire is going to be the first and only broadcaster to lose his license due to this fairness doctrine. McIntire was reporting during a time when the Christian right was becoming more prominent in national politics. Senators in the government in the mid-1900s like Joseph McCarthy. One of the biggest items discussed on McIntire's radio show was communism, and this comes during the era of Russian immigration, Eastern European immigration, what we like to call the Red Scare. It was palatable for Americans to hear this anti-communism propaganda in their ears. That being said, McIntire took the fundamentalist ideals even further on his show to oppose things like abortion, gay rights, sex education in schools, and many other things. This is according to Glogie in the Journal of Church and State. While these are all topics that are fair game in media today, Americans 50 years ago were not really ready to have open conversations about these controversial issues right yet. All in all, McIntire led the way for other political activists through media, and we're going to see that guys like Billy Graham and other evangelicals are going to be able to follow in his footsteps because of what he does with the radio here. While it's very commonplace in our day and age for news outlets to be nowhere near shy about their political leanings, McIntire is going to blaze the trail for fundamentalists, but also journalists who are able to go on and then share their message with the national audience. Part of this was due to McIntire's upbringing. Right? He actually does not come up in a he comes up in a very Christian home where they were able to talk about these things, and it was commonplace going to church all the time. That being said, the rest of America necessarily wasn't alongside these ideals, and so that's how McIntire is going to continue to develop fundamentalism in the late 20th century.